Welcome to the podcast, the Learn From Us podcast. I'm Seth. This is Paul. We're not in our usual studio, Paul.
No, we were actually in a better looking studio.
This is beautiful. New Jersey in the background. You been to New Jersey?
One time.
It's okay, right?
You know, Mo used to live in New Jersey.
Oh, I didn't know that. We are in, where are we again?
Manzanillo,
Mexico. You can see out yonder, behind Paul and I, the beautiful foliage. We're very high up, overlooking the Pacific of Santiago Bay, and we take a We take a yearly should be weekly. We take a yearly vacation here in January, and
were you eating breakfast when I said I'd do this more, but it would lose the allure of?
Yeah. I agree. Well, twice a year maybe when we get older.
Even twice a year though. I mean, it'd be awesome. But it's hard to leave Ohio in the summertime.
Well, that's true. We don't get much of a sun there, so we really got to soak it in.
Yeah.
So we've mentioned Mexico a billion times. I'm sure the podcast listeners are tired of it, but I mean, come on, look at this place. So tell me, I guess, tell everyone the story of Mexico one more time quickly, and tell them how things are going down here. We wanted to talk about that.
What story
today.
of Mexico?
How you got the house and all that.
So the house next door I rented in a charity auction, and I was talking to the manager in the store who now works for us, and I said, "Oh, tell me about these property." He started telling me about the costs, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm owning down here." And we went and looked at houses. I bought the house next door. We started leasing. The first few years wasn't that great, 15, 20 leases a year. And then we got serious about it, hired salespeople, cold calling, blah, blah. Now we had to buy a second house, and now we're looking at a third house. Not for us to buy, though.
For
our friend Mogatti to buy.
Wouldn't that be a dream?
Yeah, it'd be awesome. So we're gonna make the offer this week, probably.
You're that serious about this?
I mean, most serious.
Yeah, but I mean, he just got here for the first time like 3 days ago, and now
3 hours after getting here, he said, "I want to own a house here."
Wow, what an impact!
Mo rich.
Yeah, but you can't get a loan, right, Paul? You can't get.
You have to pay cash.
Mo's got that cash laying around.
You don't know.
I don't.
Clearly not.
Not enough. Mo, by the way, I need to borrow some money.
Mo and I came 2 days early. It was pretty nice.
Yeah. So on the west coast of Mexico, I tell people we're about 4 hours south of Puerto Vallarta.
And about 3.5 hours south of Guadalajara. If you take Mexico City to Hawaii, just do a straight line across. We're right where the line hits the water.
You mean we're parallel with Mexico City? I thought we're much south, bro.
No.
You better check your map. Mo, check that out.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
So
is it parallel though? 2 points can't be. 2 points are always parallel, right? In some fashion. Now
sorry,
4 points.
I meant they're on the same parallel
latitude.
latitude.
Yeah, I think they are.
Oh, okay.
Please look.
So how did you ramp up the sales down here?
We went and hired salespeople, and they cold call, and they do all of our sales for us. Now we had two. One just quit. We have one full-time salesperson, and we want to get up to 3.
And how many cold calls are they making?
I'd ask Chris, but 60 to 100 a week each.
Wow.
Paul's right.
Right. So we're on the same latitude as Mexico City?
And Hawaii. Did you go right to Hawaii?
Just directly west. I thought we were much more south. My apologies.
Acapulco is a lot more south.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking. My folks went to Acapulco on their
Acapulco?
Acapulco?
Like Al Capono?
Al Capono on their honeymoon in 1978.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
that must have been a safe time.
Yeah, they look nice. They have pictures.
Guys, this is very dangerous Mexico behind us over here.
Maybe you can address that,
Do you
Paul.
hear the gunshots in the background? No, neither do I.
So when I first met Paul and finally got invited down to Mexico to do some promo work for photo video.
By the way, by finally, you mean like literally 2 weeks into us like reconnecting.
I was waiting from the first moment you mentioned it. So I had many people in my life said, don't go down there.
And since then, those people have come down.
Yes.
And what did they say when they came down?
They are asking when they can come down again. So this is my 5th trip down in like 3 years. And yeah, it's very, very hostile and dangerous. Look at us here. Now what they don't know off camera is Paul has 3 armed security guards over there. What's up, fellas?
I do not.
Buenos dias.
If they were Mexican security guards, they'd be sleeping right now. I'd be like, guys, wake up.
You got some hard workers down here.
Oh yeah, we do.
Tell folks about the staff.
oh, the staff is what makes the whole thing. I'm really that's not it, but they're freaking phenomenal. Like it's like they almost feel bad if we do our own work for us. They want to do the work for us because they get tips and things like that. Of course, they're great. Pedro, Rosie, Saggy.
What do they do for us? Nestor.
They clean every day. They cook. They do everything we need done. They shop for us.
Yeah, we try to get this across in some of our other podcasts, but it's difficult because I don't think people would. I think they drastically underestimate what we're talking about. Like, I think typically for females out there, maybe doing a majority of the housework. That's how it is in my house.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the females in my family understood that like the sweeping is being done all day. They're just like,
well, because we're off the ocean, and you get a lot of schmutz out here and stuff like that. You gotta
schmutz.
Yeah, schmutz.
Yeah, so like there's just always some wonderful gal sweeping the entire premises. Is this 12,000 square foot where we're at?
No, this house is a 10, I think.
This is Castillo Del Mar.
And Casa de Sofia is about 5,000.
Casa de Sofia.
And I think Mo's new house, if he buys it, is about 5,000. Maybe 4,500. Maybe 4.
Yeah, put in a good referral for me doing promo videos for Mo. Just, I don't want to say.
Hey Mo, I know a guy.
I don't want to say it direct, but I know the lay of the land quite well.
We did drones this morning.
We did. That was fun.
That was fun.
Flying over the ocean.
Yeah, Mo was very impressed with the drone work.
Yeah, so keep going with the staff. Not only do they cook, clean, wash, and scrub, but talk about the food. This is your favorite.
Well, yeah, the food's anything you want. Literally, just like, I want this. Like, okay, we'll figure it out. They do whatever you want them to do.
You order up dinner at lunch. You order up lunch at breakfast.
No, you order up dinner and lunch at breakfast.
Was that what we've been doing?
Yeah. But today we're going to that restaurant, Colomia, with a bunch of friends. That's going to be a big group. I think it's going to be like 15 of us.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be awesome. So we have friends here in Mexico now, which is kind of exciting because it makes it more exciting to come down here because if I don't come down here with you guys, you gringos, I can hang out with my Mexicans.
I can't believe we didn't bring up tennis.
So Seth played very, very well yesterday. He's been talking a big game, and he came through yesterday. Look at this, the chosen one right here.
Have I been talking in game? I'm trying to stay quiet about it.
You've been talking to me. You've been like, I'm ready. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't believe you.
You didn't?
No, Seth, it's a lot of people talk a lot of game about like, oh, I'm getting better. And how many people actually do? But you smoked Andrew.
Yeah, so last year.
2 sets.
6-4, 6-2.
I thought it was 6-3, 6-2.
No, it was 6-4. I went down the first set 3-1. I thought it was all over.
But then you came back. You roared back. You won 5 of the next 6 games.
Wow, really? Is that how? Yeah, you're right. Oh, my God. Yeah, yeah, I really put myself to it this year. I mean, it was a year of focus.
It was.
It really was. It was a lot of money.
Because you moved to Ohio. You moved to Akron in June.
Yeah.
And then there's a mile and a half from your house. There's
That's
a
right.
place I play tennis.
Yeah, and so like an hour lesson.
Do you know they would email me and be like, "Hey, your friend Seth isn't answering emails or texts. Like, do we have the wrong numbers?" I'm like, "No."
They would? Really?
That's what they said to me a couple times.
No text.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it was emails. I was like, yeah, I'm like, just try. Keep trying.
I gotta check my spam.
I'm like, what am I, his secretary now? Jesus Christ, virtual assistant. I know what you pay your virtual assistant. I cannot live off that pay. No, I think he pays like $3 an hour.
Yeah, no, not anymore. We don't have her anymore.
That's right, you do.
Didn't work. We have a real person.
Yeah,
now.
That sounded every bit as bad as it was.
A real. We were paying someone overseas for a virtual assistant. It didn't work. So
I think you didn't give enough effort to find her. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, well, we found a real person in America, and she's incredible.
Nicole, she's
18. She's crazy. That was a weird phone call. Hi, I'm some bearded, tattooed dickhead in Akron. Is your 17-year-old available to come over and work for me? I even talked to Mom like on purpose. I'm like, Mom, look me up on the internet. I'm not a crazy person.
Skip the third link.
Yeah. But no, the tennis lessons are $67 an hour. Did you know that? Yeah, you pay it.
I don't
listen to this guy, folks.
I'm sorry, I just don't. I blow my nose with $100 bills.
Of course you do.
Can we edit that out, please? That's from Dumb and Dumber.
Oh yeah.
Remember in the thing he's watching, he's like blowing his nose.
Isn't it like an insurance commercial or something they're watching?
Yes, no, it's Ma Bell or like AT&T or something like that. You're right, but at the same token, so the other thing about Seth is when he plays tennis, you can't even joke with him. Like I'm on the side court, like joking, and Seth's like in complete focus mode. I'm like, hey Seth, crack a smile, bro.
I'm very focused on that game.
Clearly.
I mean, I told you I was down 3-1, and I was like, fuck, man, like all this whole year of practicing, which went down to tubes.
My question is, what was the combined weight of you two on that tennis court?
Yeah, well over 550 pounds.
No.
What do you think Andrew weighs?
220.
I'm 275.
So that's 500 pounds.
You know, I was hoping Andrew was going to be a little doughy after the new year, after the holidays.
Doughy.
And, well, he'll be on Deal of the Week later this week.
He doesn't listen to these podcasts anyhow, so he's never going to hear us bashing him.
But I think he said he was. So I was really looking forward to that because I've been, like, really hitting it the last couple weeks. Like, four lessons.
Come on.
Last week I played 4 times.
With Harry?
Well, look, I'm just trying to get my heart rate up. Harry's a friend of ours. He's a vice president at Revco Tech in Orville, a chemical coatings company. And he's working on tennis. But he's good. I can serve to him, and he'll return it. So
Tell us about his basketball game.
let's not get into that. But anyway, the tennis was I fought back. I went up 4-0 the second set. I mean, just smoking his ass. Is he around? I hope not. He might be right behind me. And
you went up 4-0 in the second
4-0,
set?
Yeah.
Wow. What were you thinking in your head by that point? You're like,
I'm just like, this is over.
oh, famous last words. Luckily you pulled it off.
Yeah, then it went 4-1, and then he went 4-1, and then I got the next 2 from him. No, I got 1-1. But either way, I'm very happy. Very sore already.
Are you?
Day 1. Yeah, I've been trying to stretching. I got in the pool.
Did you get in the pool this morning?
Last night when it was super cold. It was awesome.
So I played a local 68-year-old man.
Dude, that match was insane.
Listen, I lost to him. He has got, first off, he's got the slap low. I was up 3-1, and then
You were up 3-1 that first
I was up
set?
3-1, and in game 2, he knows he's very good about placing the ball, and he
has you running all
over. And so I'm dead tired, like because this humidity down here at 5:30, 6 o'clock at night is pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Paul, just tough it out. I swear to God on everything. If I won the first set, I was gonna say to him, I'm not playing a second set. You win the match. I'm like, I'm over here. But we tied the first set. We were at 6-6. So he says, Paul, you look like you're gonna die. So let's stop. And by the way, keep in mind, folks, I work out, I play basketball, I play tennis at home, I do cardio, but this humidity is tough down here. Is it not?
Well,
I saw your shirt yesterday.
Oh, I was absolutely soaked, dripping.
It's tough.
It's tough, and something I couldn't prepare for in the winter of Ohio. He's definitely used to it.
Oh, 1,000%. Like I don't think he was sweating at all.
Yeah.
It was a good match, and he pulled it off. I know he's 68. People are like, "You suck, Paul." I don't suck. It's just, but he did notice my forehand was not on. I kept hearing him in Spanish telling the. But by the way, I gotta tell Salvador he's fucking dead to me for talking shit about my for giving advice to Ruben
In Spanish during the match.
Yeah, but my backhand was on fire yesterday. My backhand's my better stroke.
It is silky.
Yeah, I like it. I've always said the backhand's a more natural stroke.
Really?
You have two. I mean, for the two-handed backhand, you have this. I mean, there's only so many things you can do with it. It's not like a forehand where you're like, you could be like this. Try to do that with two hands. You can't do that.
Yeah.
To me, the
More
backhand.
controlled.
Yeah, way more controlled. My serve was doing well yesterday, too. So either way, it was a fun day of tennis.
So there are some other dream places in the world you'd love to.
Yes, Italy, Spain, Greece.
Have you been to any of those places?
No, I've not.
Where in Greece, you think? Santorini?
Well, probably not Santorini just because it's so commercialized and hyped. I'd probably be one of the other islands that's probably just as amazing and just find a house there or something. The hard part is we want to replicate the staff, and it's hard to do that in other parts of the world because the way they make their money down here is through tips. So they make a great wage through tips, but I don't pay them a ton. But they make
you
their
pay
money.
them accordingly.
I pay them I pay them more than way more than the minimum wage here.
Sure.
5 times more than the minimum wage here in Mexico. However,
whatever you're paying them, they seem very happy all day.
Well, they really like to earn the money off the tips. So they're very happy to have good, consistent work. So it's hard to replicate that in other parts of the world.
Yeah.
Definitely can't do that in Florida.
It's pronounced Florida. I don't know why I love that so much.
You do love that.
I just when I drive to the East Coast, in New York, New Jersey, and those people, and they hear them talking, it's like that's just the way they. I mean, I've heard people say Florida.
So let's talk about you for a second, Seth.
God, great.
How's your New Year going? You've had some changes lately, huh?
You're gonna bring this up?
Well, not gonna bring up this, but in terms of like You're really pushing on the you're actually doing more of the wedding photography.
Yeah, we're making a concerted effort to do more of what we're really, really good at, which is wedding photography. I mean, it feels really good to be good at something. Did you ever have that revelation? I'm serious. A lot of people struggle in finding something they're good at, or they have a job.
I was very fortunate when I was very, very young. I realized that I was good at numbers and I liked investing.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just nice to be good at something, and have a lot of our clients tell us that. So we had our best year last year
Without even knowing it. Like, I think I asked
unknowingly.
you.
Yes,
I literally said to him, well, what'd you guys make this year? And he's like, Paul, we did the numbers. And he told me the number. I'm like, holy shit, it's your best year ever. You're like, yeah, we didn't realize this.
and my company, I wouldn't say ignored, but we did not have us in full strength.
Correct. That's the
Working on
thing. You weren't even trying very hard.
No. So we really hit the ground running after Christmas, concerted efforts. The podcast that we have started, although, if you're listening to this, just envision that there's 17 other people listening to it. Because that's our
16 of them are virtual assistants in Bangladesh.
So, but no, actually, the Seth and Beth podcast, the Seth and Beth Wedding Photography podcast, my wife and I, it's been amazing. I mean, I think we've only published like 8 episodes. It's been amazing.
You guys have a few that are like several hundred views in it for.
Well, yeah, look, we don't have thousands or millions of views, but I mean, the people we are reaching are listening, and it's translating. Like, we really stress like album sales.
Explain to people what album sales means, because all I heard from you was like, Yeezy. Is that Yeezy? No, Jeezy, Young Jeezy.
Young Jeezy, he's a guy.
Is he a guy?
I don't know.
Anyways, go ahead. What are album sales?
What does that have to do with album sales, Young
Well,
Jeezy?
you said like record albums. I'm thinking like, oh, they hit platinum.
Oh, shit, yeah. So we started this probably a few years ago. Is like we're trying to bring people a little more of a personal connection and a deeper photography experience, and in that involves the handcrafted albums that we get for people. Paul, don't you ask me a question and you're looking off. Like
Well, because Mo's recording us or something.
Oh, because we're famous,
Oh.
Paul. Jesus, I mean, we get that all the time. Yeah. The security guards, they're holding back the paparazzi.
Paparazzi. Did I lose my? Okay, go ahead.
We do include wedding albums in our services, which is fairly rare in the industry. And our prices are adjusted accordingly, but not too crazy. And the clients really, really love it. I mean, so in the end, we make more money. They buy something they can cherish, and they actually have printed versions of their photos. And it's been a really, really great thing for us.
What's amazing?
Go on.
When digital pictures started to come out, I remember thinking to myself like, oh, regular pictures are going away. They're not.
They're
we
not.
still need things to put on the wall.
They're coming back.
Yeah, I think it's great. Just like vinyl's coming back, right?
Yeah, vinyl and books and. Yeah,
I love. By the way, I used to go to the Kindle. I went back to the books.
You went back?
Oh, well, a year and a half, 2 years ago. I like the physical copy. I like highlighting in there, and people are like, oh, you can highlight in Kindle. Give me a break. I like putting the
notes,
brackets, yeah,
and
then giving it to an intern and saying, hey, write all these notes down in the Google sheet, please.
I love that.
Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful.
Yeah, so we're really so for example, I had a client who could hardly afford us, and we worked out a little bit of a package where we reduced down the coverage, and they weren't really going to get an album. And I feel bad for my past clients who don't have an album, because I just know like what happens. Everyone treats digital photos the same. They just sit somewhere and they're not really being enjoyed. But this particular client watched our podcast on why albums are so important to us. Got a big enormous album for him and his family, and his wife, and
they called you.
I mean, yeah. He basically said, like, yeah, I saw your podcast and I rethought, like, my stance on an album, and I went over and spent time and built a beautiful album for them, and so I made money, which helps my family, and then they have a family heirloom.
So that picture you got me last year for Christmas, that proudly sits outside my office on the wall.
Yeah, I'm sure I've talked about this before, but I'm trying. So it's tough. It's tough to gift someone.
Oh, here we go.
Someone.
Okay,
who,
we're done here.
Is not grateful. Mo. And also.
Okay, I mean, so there's a big picture outside my office with my 4 dogs.
Wouldn't you say you could buy anything you ever wanted?
Within reason, yeah.
Not anything, not like the Bank of Dubai or whatever the fuck, but like a hotel or not a helicopter.
Is there a Bank of Dubai? Probably is.
But like you can almost like normal stuff. We've talked about this on the podcast before, because I've sit down with people, like normal people, like, boy, if I could just get like If I could have $1 million, what would I do with it? But you could like go blow that
Okay,
if you
so the
wanted.
whole thing though is he got me a very nice portrait. By the way, this is what I talk about with gifts because I feel bad that people think they have to get me nice gifts. I'm just like, no, just get me something sentimental. And you got me that last year. I tried to sell it, nobody would buy it. So
Oh, whoops. Maybe I need to improve my photography skills. No, so anyway, Paul really adores his 4 dogs.
we're currently sitting in a border right now. I feel bad.
Yeah, they're currently in a puppy mill producing more puppies for Paul. Visit paulspuppymill.com.
That'd be a great name. Paul's Puppy Mill.
Paul's Puppy House.
Yeah.
So he really loves his 4 dogs. And now I have gifted my my talent of photography creates nice gifts for people.
Oh, wonderful gifts.
It's great. So when I lived in Columbus and I'd come up for the podcast, I'd stay at your house.
Yeah.
Upstairs in the beautiful living quarters.
Yeah.
And after the butler would iron my clothes,
The peasant quarters.
there was no room in the inn. So like one time I brought my camera and I was like, boy, I wonder how this is gonna work. And I had my camera and you left work. You left your house early and left me there.
Yeah.
And this is my chance. It was a beautiful sunny morning. So
It was like winter time too, and it was a beautiful sunny morning, and
yeah, so I took the dogs outside, out back.
I can't believe you got him to sit there and do stuff for you.
So I took these beautiful portraits of the dogs, and they're beautiful. They're my dogs. I just love them. And then
Your dog is awesome, by the way.
And then I have a nice dog too. We got to get those dogs together.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got Paul like a 40 by 40, basically
Yeah,
like a
it's
fine
big.
art print. Huge. It's bigger than you. And so the dogs' portraits, 4 dog portraits, all in this big print. And you did something unexpected. You put it where, Paul?
Right outside my office door, and literally every single person who sees it goes, "Wow, that's impressive," or something. And they're like, "Those dogs are adorable." I'm like, "Yeah, that was a gift from somebody."
Yeah, he put it right. Mo, you've seen it, right? Of course, you worked there.
What was that? Oh yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, so I mean, like right out in front of the lobby of the main Crossroads Group lobby, my portraits are great.
The internal lobby, the one right.
Well,
right-
yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Not on the main lobby. Welcome to Crossroads. Here's Paul's dogs.
Listen, it's a beautiful picture, and you worked with Lisa on it too.
Yeah,
You said to me, I remember you saying to me, "I got you a great gift." Even Lisa approves. I'm like, "What?" Like Lisa approves.
it's
of it?
tough.
Yeah, we have to.
What do
She struggles a lot with that stuff.
I mean, what?
What'd she get me for Christmas? Oh, she got me a beautiful chess set, and it was all broken.
She ordered it from somewhere and it broke in the mail?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's a beautiful chess set. Beautiful. Like marble pieces, large. We're going to put it into a room, the guitar room.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful. And it was broken.
Did
She
you
was
s-
so bummed.
Did you sell the pool table yet?
Oh, I did. You didn't hear the story about the pool table?
Oh, my gosh. Let's tell folks about this. So Paul has a whole pool table room. Now, if you were into pool, this is like the dream room.
And I hate pool.
It's like a double
Yeah.
opening door, big tall doors into this beautiful room that's built for pool. I mean, it's got the carpet, got the pool table. It's all
So I don't like
gorgeous.
pool, but at the time when I did this, it was like more like, okay, this is what I want the room to look like. Now I'm converting it to a guitar room so we can jam and start our band.
Mm-hmm.
So I posted the pool table on the internet. No one's biting.
It's like a $5,000 pool table.
Well,
right?
we were asking 6. No one's biting. So
Uh-huh.
finally I'm like, okay, we have this area in the basement right in front of the aquarium.
Yeah.
So I said to Rosie,
Great spot to put it in.
Great spot. So I said, Lisa, what do you think? She's like, that's a great idea. Because there's even like a medallion covered that you can hang a light fixture
Oh.
from. So it's perfect, right?
Okay.
So I was like, listen, this pool table's not selling. Let's put it in the basement. And the other reason for it, we can then put a piece of wood, a nice piece of wood on top
Get
of
a
it.
table,
And
ping
when I
pong table.
When I have parties and things like that, we can put
Put all
food
the
on there.
food on.
Perfect, right?
Great.
We move it down there. $380. $380. Move it down there.
Not bad.
2 days later, pool table sells. Just like that. I was like, and Chris felt so, because Chris was the one listing it for me, because
Yeah.
he felt so bad. I'm like, no, listen, I got the money. It sold for ask price. And the guy from Detroit was like, yeah, I found a used one for like 50% more. So he paid for a mover to come all the way to Cleveland, all the way to Akron, take it apart, put it in there, and take it. That's how much cheaper it was for him to buy it from me.
Is this some sort of special table? I mean, it's really beautiful.
It's a nice table, but I mean, he was looking for something like this, and he happened to find mine on the internet that was exactly the one he wanted. He said it was like,
It's sold.
it's just literally, and the funny part was, it was like Thanksgiving week, and we didn't even know. And then Deanna emailed, because I used Lisa's daughter, Deanna, works for us. I used her eBay account because she has a much higher rating. I might have like a 17 rating. She's got like 1,700. And she emailed me, she goes, your pool table. So I go, what? She goes, and they sent the money already. I'm like, what? I'm like, I just spent $380 moving this thing all the way downstairs, but hey, I got the money for the pool table, and now we get to have a kick-ass guitar room. The house is being remodeled right now, as you know.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
You had planned last year for about, I'm going to say, a good at least 4 months. Lisa was working on blueprints for your new home.
Yep, and I just said, you know what? It's not the right time. It felt a little rushed. Didn't feel the right. You know me. I'm not big on like, what do my feelings say? I'm not sitting there like, we were talking about this last night, weren't we?
Go on.
I'm very big on. What were you guys talking about? Coincidence versus. What was this conversation you guys were having?
We better not
last
start
night?
now.
Were you involved in that conversation?
Oh,
Mo?
Mo was ready. Just threw his hands up about 13 seconds. He's just like, "What are you guys?" We have a couple friends downstairs.
They're great people.
Really great people. They grew up much different from us.
Yes, they grew up in what you refer to as borderline the hood. I don't think it's the hood, but
That's what they call it.
Well, they call it that, I think, for effect. I mean, it is not better. It's not a great area, but it's not the hood. Like the hood is like to me like East Cleveland.
So they have a lot of
What? The hood.
So they have a lot of scientific questions that stem from why is the sky blue to wait, what do you mean the Earth's not flat? Or
They did not say that.
last year we had long drawn out conversation about how the world is round.
I don't remember that.
We can bring it up again, but
We have a long car ride today to lunch, so we'll talk about it then.
so we just talked to them about so one of our dear friends, Rahman, of Fit Active Sports, was saying, shit, do I have to go soon?
Yeah, you do, but go ahead.
Well, he couldn't figure out. He actually thinks that like when you think of someone and then they
Appear
on your phone call, or like they call you, that's not a coincidence. That's your thoughts actually forced him to call.
So here's the funny part. I do believe that thoughts are very powerful, and you put yourself in the right thought mentality, and you can do a lot of things.
Well, that's true.
But that's a lot different than Mikey. Oh, if Mikey calls right now, I'm gonna throw this phone over there and just be like, "This is voodoo." Mikey. You know what I mean? We can't do that. But at the same point, I'd rather have somebody believe you can affect your life by your thoughts than otherwise. Yeah. But I don't care how much I think about his house levitating. It ain't levitating anytime soon. Correct?
We had to use a lot of like those examples,
extreme
examples to be like.
And then we got in the conversation about evolution.
Oh God, that's right.
That was exhausting.
Yeah, that's exhausting too.
And then they kept saying, "You're not understanding what I'm saying." I'm like, clearly I'm not understanding what you're saying. Because.
So anyway, folks, we're going to be podcasting from Mexico all week.
We're going to talk about Mo's house purchase. Mo wants to buy a house down here. Mo literally came down here and within 3 hours says, "I need to own a house down here."
We don't know what episode Mo was on, but check him out. He's our real estate.
Mustafa.
Yes, he's our investor analyst, official investor analyst, Mo, stock market analyst. So yeah, we're going to talk this week about Tesla. We're going to talk about bombing Iran. We're going to talk about the market.
Bombing Iran. We bombed Iraq, though. But it killed the guy from Iran, right?
Oh,
it was in Baghdad, I thought.
I don't know.
My homeland.
Let's bring that up. Let's bring that up next time. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. On YouTube, we're trying to ramp up our subscribers. 10,000 this year is our goal.
That's the goal, is 10,000. We have
that's a lot.
How many do we have right now? 90?
I mean, if you're throwing out enough money, it's something. I imagine.
What's the thing? 10,000. We're not here just to sit there and say let's spend $100,000 getting 10,000 subscribers. The whole goal here is how do we do it in an efficient. No, I do not want YouTube Premium. Thank you. We currently have 90 subscribers.
But we're gonna keep the topics hot as always, hot and fresh, like our Mexican lunch. Thanks for joining me, Paul, here in Mexico.
Thanks for having.
Mexico.
Thanks for having.
Good job.
Why do I always say thanks for having me?
I don't know.
I paid for all this shit. It's like I'm not your fucking guest.
I'm like, thanks, Paul, for being on the show, and thank you for letting me have this show. Why am I thanking you?
But you really are the talent of this show.
Well,
listen, I told you your oatmeal tit comment was like I never got so many texts for that comment.
I'm amazed people saw it because it was really late in that one show. It was really late. It wasn't a comedy episode.
They loved it.
It was a Deal of the Week episode.
That was a joke you'd heard before you said, or were you just made that?
And I heard, then I started telling it to someone else, and they told me a different version, which was really bad. I was like, no, this is how it
bad, like raunchy bad, or bad like it just wasn't funny?
No, it wasn't funny. The way they set it up, it didn't make any sense, So I was like, no, this is the best way to tell that joke. So
And you were dying laughing as you're trying to tell the joke.
Dude, I texted you when that podcast came out, and I was crying in laughter, listening to myself crying in laughter.
1000%.
Is that Mikey right there calling you?
No, isn't it incredible though?
That'd been great. All right, learnfromus.com. Follow us on YouTube, bitches.
Peace.
Peace.